Hey again, I'm a tree, and in our growing Yaxche server, PvP modes are more and more plentiful, worldwide, and just straight fun. Just like all gameplay here in New World, PvP is best enjoyed with friends and friendly enemies alike. The more comfortable you are in your gameplay and in utilizing some essential items and tactics, the more enjoyment you'll get on the battlefield. From global to OPR to war scenario fights, you'll be able to smash, grab, or flee to your heart's desire. But this is about war, and war is about fundamentals. These tree tips will be framed around the war battlefield, but need only be adjusted by geography to be applied across all PvP gameplay. Any build or role specific tips can be found within our Yaxche community in the form of your company, faction, or server Discord channels, or your company, faction, and global in-game chats for Yaxche specific needs. For general New World tips good for any of your specific needs, your content cup runneth over on YouTube. Getting yourself comfy, cozy in your chosen or needed role is the best tip any tree can give when it comes to battle success. First, a note on war roster organizing. If you feel you're being overpassed in war selection, you haven't been placing your build and role info in Discord, that's what's happening. Setting a war roster is confusing and stressful even when done well before invites and with a big group of trusted advisors. Always remember that New World UIs are buggy as the bayou, and any in-game DMs, posts, or any other way you think you're reaching leadership might be getting lost in the abyss. Role and group organization are completed utilizing knowledge from Discord war sign-up channels and the spreadsheets that are then compiled with that information. We cannot see you otherwise. Get on in here and show us what you've got. Literally. Please. For how essential reliable comms are for invasion wins, they are doubly so in war, defense or offense. Discord is utilized for all current war organization and calls, but other services are being explored, such as Guilded, for the smoothest and most successful experience. You can expect more mutes in a war Discord channel than a typical invasion one, as especially in planning, clear comms with everyone hearing calls are required for success from invites to end-screen ranking fights. Be sure to be ready with your consumables before taking your invite. Just as with invasions, trading will be unavailable in war camps and forts. Be sure to check your global and area chats for folks in the warring territory giving out some high-powered defensive and offensive consumables to help their whole army. What you're looking for in your inventory are hearty meals, the best stat food for your build, like Constitution, that you can afford. And consider some of your excess gathering buff foods for a little more tickle regen. Honing stones of the highest caliber you can manage the coin will boost your weapon damage and healing. All of the items thus far are long buffs that can and should be gobbled prior to war start, as they will be lasting longer than that war timer. Oak Flesh Balm and Gemstone Dust are comparable consumables that will be equipped to your bar depending on your preference or need for physical or elemental damage mitigation. Each has a duration of 20 seconds and a 2-minute cooldown. Both can be placed on a damage dealer's bar along with a health and haze potion. For magic users needing mana on their bar as well, a decision will need to be made between the two on who is currently your biggest threat. Of course, there are two sides to a war battlefield, and your perspective will be quite different between attacking and defending. Defending is, of course, the cozier spot where simply keeping your fundamentals and listening efficiently and effectively to those Discord calls will still lead to a victory screen much more easily than your opponents. For attacking, yours is the mountain to climb, the brick wall to break down. Every moment of your setup phase is crucial for laying down the groundwork for plans and expectations of your entire 50-player roster. Why it's essential for folks to be in the Discord call right on time to begin the prep. Many times the attacking leadership will call for a portion, if not the entire army, to be in Discord before the invites to really hammer home the hype, set cycles within squads for implementation once they're on that hectic hellscape. Wars can be broken down into 3 active phases, wherein the points A, B, and C are captured, fort walls are breached, and fort point is captured. This particular spiel of mine will frame around the first phase, as it is typically the longest and contains damn near every trick and strat of PvP play in it. When it comes to particular strats, role groupings, and unstoppable trolley tricks that win wars 100% of the time, you won't find those here. The implementation of such things are viewable 10 times over on YouTube and only apply when prepared for and given the opportunity. You won't really hear them called on a Yaxche battlefield. What you'll hear is clear, calm calls for focusing important known targets for death, observations from each key location such as rotations and other moves from the opponent, essential calls to pull back, and opportunities to collapse on the point. Regardless of your status as red or blue, haste pots are for you. Unless you are one of the few folks assigned to siege, especially on defense, who buy an ammunition pack in addition to their haste potion. Your purchases at every opportunity will be those haste potions until instructed otherwise. Remember to equip them on your consumable bar. In addition to the Army-wide Discord call, remember to utilize communication via Army chat for setting roles, asking and answering questions, settling order of cooldowns, and other fine-tuning. Depending on your listed and assigned role, you may also use in-game voice chat within your War roster group to coordinate your position and target calls within your set location and your given tasks. Once war begins, folks will be heading out to their instructed locations, haste pots used if called for. Remember, while you're focusing on getting a feel for the Army on the other side and racking up your first kills, the overall goal is to maintain a positive kill-to-death ratio within the first 8 minutes, especially as this is greatly impactful on the spawn timers in the final moments of the war. If a point you are assigned to has conflict, ensure a spread of your teammates to avoid any opportunistic gravity wells or ice storm. Whichever you're attacking or defending, whether you are on or off the point, will be instructed, as the situation will evolve continuously in a server where these fundamentals are more and more understood and implemented. AoE and CC abilities will be utilized per the previously set strat by your leadership, likely to be called and recalled by the many knowledgeable knights on the battlefield around you. When an opportunity is noticed and called, follow instructions given, holding and utilizing abilities as called for to best clear the red from the point and turn or keep that point blue. In many situations, as a range or healer, you can feel focused on as if someone is in your back line. If you find yourself in that situation and you are near a point that has been called to be collapsed on, get in there. It's safer in there, I swear. And they can't get to your back line if you don't have one. You are protected in there as your beefy brothers and sisters are taking advantage of those folks focusing on you with their big old swinging axes and hammers. On point is a great place to use either your gemstone dust or your oak flesh ball. Make sure to spread throughout the large area of the point, collapsing like we're folding in, not clumping like we done fucked up the gravy. In the hustle bustle taken and defending points to varying degrees, rotations are likely to be called for and defended against. Here's where our haste pots come in handy. When your group is called to rotate, check your surroundings before consuming the haste pot to ensure you utilize the massive uptime of the zippity-doo-dah to get where you're needed. It is also ideal to use your attacks to interrupt the enemy's hasting before you pop yours from a safe distance. Don't pop your nitrous too soon. We all remember the Fast and the Furious. Keep in mind that each point A, B, and C can be used to purchase haste pot and other war consumables when owned, as well as being a spawn point, so get and keep those points blue. Where to best spawn between the many options will likely be called or depend on where your group is called to be. The defensive fort has projectiles arranged as in invasions, though the particular projectile may be different depending on the preferred build for the defending company's warplane. These damage-dealing ramparts function exactly as they do in invasions, and they can and should be repaired by some repairo bros. If you're attacking, then they must be focused down quickly by ranged teams, as they should be repaired by some repairo bros. For any phase of any PvP event on any map, the most essential tree tips are to know your surroundings and your resources, as there are many. The goal is always to get a bit better and quicker with each war victory or defeat screen, OPRQ, or PvP mission grape smash. Real PvP mode in our Tree of Life right now is the grouped push and subsequent world PvP of territory influence. Wars are plenty here. Players, communities, and factions grow stronger and smarter with each wave of war days. As with invasions, a tree is here for branches of knowledge to ensure we all get stronger and smarter together, no matter the color of our leaves. I'm a tree. Thanks for branching out. Safe on point, I swear.